Since Ms. Barrett wasn't a voluntary admission, we need a second opinion within 48 hours if we're going to hold her.
Do you think that's necessary?
Unfortunately, at the moment, she's considered a danger to herself and others.
Is she sedated?
I gave her 2 milligrams lorazepam last night so she could sleep.
Was anyone hurt during these violent episodes?
She gave one of the nurses a bloody nose and got off a few good punches at the others. We would have had to restrain her again if her friend, Mr. Jacks, hadn't intervened. He seems to be able to calm her down.
Well, you know, she has a sister, Julia. I think she lives in London. Has anybody tried to contact her?
The sister is in China on business, and there's been some difficulty reaching her. Mr. Jacks said he'd take care of it.
Is he here now?
Not at the moment, but apparently he stayed with her all night. The nurse on duty said daybreak came and he left without a word.
He wouldn't state his business.
That's because it's between you and me, right, Jason? So call off your goon.
Manola, take care of him, will you?
You and Corinthos are going to pay for what you've done to Brenda. Starting now. Where's your boss, Jason? I want to look him in the eye and tell him what a piece of scum he is.
Why don't you tell me what this is about, Jax?
It's about empty-eyed thugs like you and Corinthos and the kind of havoc you wreak. And it's about retribution. You see, I don't want to hear that Sonny was gunned down in some restaurant in Buenos Aires or that you were stabbed in some dark alley. Not until I'm sure you understand what you've done.
Well, Sonny didn't put her in the hospital.
The hell he didn't. You were watching her. You kept on your guards even after she said to leave her alone.
How is she?
She's in the psychiatric ward at GH. Drugged and tied down to stop her from hurting herself or anyone else.
What happened?
She's in fear for her life. Terrified Sonny's out to kill her.
Why?
I don't know, Jason. One machine gun attack too many, I suppose. I'm told she went berserk in the middle of a photo shoot. I wasn't around for that. By the time I got there, the studio had already been trashed, and she'd been carted off to the psychiatric ward. If you and Sonny wanted to kill her, why not just make it quick? A bullet to the head would have been a lot cleaner. Or is driving her crazy the point?
The last thing Sonny would want is for Brenda to die real crazy.
What about you?
I've tried to protect her.
And who protects her from you? Well, I guess that would be me.
Look, is Brenda all right, or isn't she? Because I can check up on her myself.
You know, one day I'm going to find your boss on my own. Meanwhile, get this message to him. Come back to Port Charles and he's a dead man.
Tell him yourself when you find him.
I don't think you're hearing me, Jason.
Hey, stop! What are you doing? Stop it!
Patient's awake, Doctor.
How does she seem?
Slightly groggy from the medication. I put the restraints back on as a precaution, but so far she's quiet.
Thank you, nurse. She's all yours, Gail.
I'll do what I can. Hello, Brenda. It's, Gail Baldwin. Sorry you're not feeling well. I hope I'm going to be able to make you feel much better.
Why don't you get the hell out of here before Jason has you shot?
Sorry, no one's shooting anyone. I got your message, Jax. I understand you're a little messed up about Brenda. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Yeah, stay away from her.
From whom? From whom?
Sonny's old girlfriend.
The model.
Yeah. Apparently, Brenda flipped out last night, and Jack says she's in the psychiatric ward at GH, strapped to a bed waiting for Sonny to come kill her.
Wow. How is that your fault?
Could I, see you for a minute, Jason?
I'll be upstairs.
I don't want to know. I'm here about Brenda. What have you heard?
Well, I just heard she, lost it at a photo shoot and wound up in the hospital. Have you seen her?
No. But I've heard enough. That's why I'm here.
You think there's something I can do for her?
Sonny did this to Brenda, and he's the only one that can help her. And you are the only one that can get to him. So I want you to call him now. And tell him to come home.
I can't do that, Mike.
You have to. Whatever reason Sonny had for leaving the way he did, it is not as important as what is going on here and now. You see, I believe that he thought that he was doing the right thing, but he wasn't. And he has to know that, and he has to fix it.
There's nothing that I can do.
No, there's nothing I can do. I love her like a daughter, but she is shutting me out, and I don't blame her. I don't. And for whatever reason, and I don't like it, Jax is the only one that she will let near. But even that is not enough. She handed her life to him because she loved him, and that is what he asked for. And he turned his back on her without a word, and he left her stranded. And no matter which road she takes, they all lead back to him. He is the only one that can let her off the hook because he is the one that put her on it.
I know, but I can't give her back Sonny, Mike.
Yes, you can. You're living in his home. You're running his organization. You took over his life, and the biggest part of that was Brenda. And you can't shrug that off and tell me that she is not your problem.
My life has nothing to do with Sonny anymore. He is gone. I'm on my own, sink or swim, and I know you don't want to hear it, but the same goes for Brenda.
Jason, there is a big difference between what Sonny told you to do and what he would want you to do. Brenda needs him. And if something happens to her, he will hate himself the rest of his life. I'm begging. Call him now.
No, Brenda, we're trying to reach your sister. Would you like to see Julia?
Can she get me out of here?
Well, when you're feeling better.
You can't just keep me here like a prisoner, can you?
Do you know why you're here?
Because they made me come?
Do you remember what happened at the photo shoot?
There was a lot of people around me, and they were trying to hurt me.
Who? Who was around you? What did they look like?
I don't remember. Where's Jax? When can I get out of here?
I'm not sure, but I hope it'll be very soon. Brenda, can you tell me? Who was trying to hurt you? Was it Sonny? You know, I heard that you thought that it was Sonny coming at you, trying to do you harm. Is that what you think?
Sonny's gone, right?
Dr. Rogers, how is she?
Awake now. Dr. Baldwin is with her.
Thank you. system. I can't fix it.
Oh, Jax, I'm glad you're here. She's been asking about you.
Does she remember anything?
She's piecing it together. She's still confused and very scared.
What happens now?
Well, I'll consult with Dr. Rogers, and we'll monitor her very closely, and then when it's feasible, we'll discharge her under outpatient care.
Is there a chance she could be home by the end of this week?
A very good one, if she improves.
Thank you. May I see her now?
Yes, be good for her.
Up for a visitor?
Where'd you go?
Ah, that's Marin. But I am here for as long as you can stand me.
Why won't they let me go home?
I have to keep you here for observation. But I just spoke with both doctors, and there's a good chance you could be released by this Friday.
How many days is that?
2.
2. I don't like it here.
I know.
They keep on tying my hands up. I hate it.
Well, if you need me to scratch your nose, just tell me and I'll do it for you.
Thank you for taking care of me.